Let's start with this. Good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody. My, you're caught up and you're thinking, man, there's so much stress, there's so much uncertainty, life is getting scary, this is very alien. And then your daughter is home from school, obviously, and she comes up and she gives you like a pencil that she made. She said, "Dad, I made this pencil for you. I love you." And then you're like, everything's fine, everything's okay. But I also want to mention before we get started with practicing today that I making my daughter breakfast. She's home every day now, and if you missed it yesterday, you saw the world premiere of one of her little alter egos, Tiny Diamond, her little rapper girl. Pretty adorable if you want to go back and watch the start of yesterday's class. But I've always told her, like, you are the highest priority. You're number one. So if you fall down and hurt yourself, you come into class. You come into me filming, and so anything could happen, right? But I've noticed several things as I've gone back, and it's really weird. Sorry, my mind thinks faster than I can get words out. But it's really weird to go back and watch yourself like on YouTube when you filmed yourself live. And the metaphor that I was thinking about when I was taking a shower was this. Like, have you ever seen that meme where there's somebody that got a tattoo, a giant tattoo on their back that says "no regrets," but they spelled it wrong? That's what filming yourself live is like. Is like every mistake, every pose that you miss, every dumb thing you say, it's like, there it is. And I'm leaning into that and trying to embrace that weirdness. And every time I'm about to go live, there's that moment where it's literally counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, and you're like, I don't have to do this. I could just walk away. And so I hit go live. I've hit it every morning for 6 days now. It's very weird to do this live when there's like, we'll fix it in post. You can't. It's like a tattoo. You can't fix it. You could just cover it up, right? So, hi Kelly. You have to do this for us. You are the best. You are such a sweetheart. So thanks for being here this morning, Kelly. And the last thing I want to let you guys know before we get started is that because Mirabai is out of school, I'm just going to push the weekdays to 10 o'clock every morning at 10 o'clock. And obviously, like I said, you can always watch those later on. You can stream them later on. But I'll be coming at you live every day at 10 o'clock. And count on that for right now, as much as we can count on anything. So let me make sure I've got literally everything on. That looks to be on. That looks to be on. All right. I love you, Kelly. All right, guys. Good morning. Happy Thursday, like I said. Step onto your mat, point your toes straight forward. I thought today we're going to go through a movement pattern. It's really kind of yucky out here in Denver today. It's cold and snowy. Slide your left foot back, flip your toes over. Yesterday, me and Mirabai went to the park and had a picnic. And the sun was shining and people were out. It seemed completely normal, right? I think we all need a little bit of that. Take your left foot, lift your thigh up into the air. Point your left big toe down and lift the knee a little higher than your hip. Pull your belly in. Stick out your butt a little bit. With your arms at your sides, remember they can help you balance. Try to lift your right heel. It's okay if you don't got your balance. That's the very reason why we're doing this, is so that we can start to operate those muscles that give us balance. Reach back and grab your left foot with your right hand. Pull your heel to your tailbone. Put your hand on a wall or a table if you're unstable here. And if you've got good stability, place your left palm on your right knee and lift your left knee and push your right knee into your palm. Slowly release. Lift your shin. Grab below the knee, above the foot. Tighten the belly. Lift away from the floor. And step your left foot back. Make sure all 10 toes point forward. Turn your palms forward. Bow, bend your right knee. And push back. That means your right leg is straightening. Your left knee is bending. Left heel is high. Slowly float the arms parallel to the floor, reaching over your head and touching the tips of your thumbs above your crown. Reach back as you push forward, bending right knee, and then push back. We're creating this nice little swimming motion. Reach back, push forward, and push back, reach forward. One more time. Push forward, reach back, and push back, reach forward. Lift those hands a little bit higher. Spread your fingers. Stick out your butt. Straighten your left leg as you rise. Step forward. Connect your palms. Take a deep breath, everybody. Exhale to the right. Pressure in your palms as you lean. Come back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back up. Exhale, lean to the right. Pressure in your palms. Lift your right heel or lift your right foot entirely. And then come back to center. Lower your arms. Slide your right foot back, flip your toes over. So, as I started to mention, what we're going to work on today is developing a really good understanding of the movement patterns that we typically start a stronger class with the PRISM method. Lift your right foot into the air. We're trying to get the knee a little bit higher than the hip and point the foot down without leaning back. So stick out your butt, lift your heart. Arms at your sides. Put your hand on a table or a wall if you need to. And try to lift your left heel. And you're thinking to yourself, just like I do every morning, where's my balance? Where's my balance? And moments like these in history, days like these, weird events like this is a good opportunity. Reach back and grab your right foot with your left hand. It can feel very destabilizing. And some days I have remarkable balance of a superhero. And just like everybody else, I'm scattered a lot of other days. Taking care of the kid, paying the rent, being busy, email, and then bring your leg back in front of you and capture your shin. And it's a lot. And then I take care of all the stuff I have to take care of this morning with cleaning the house and chores and the kid and looking at the mail. And then I take a shower. And then I come out here and turn everything on. Step the right foot back, bow. Straighten your left leg, reach forward. Tips of the thumbs, trying to connect where you can't see them. Reach back as you push forward. Push back as you reach forward. Come forward, reach back. Last one, push back. So I have these great moments of clarity for 10 minutes in the shower. I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to say this. You get out of the shower, you turn everything on, it's all gone. All of it. Rise up. Step forward, connect your palms, take a deep breath. Exhale to the left. And then I come out of the shower. Inhale back up. Get dressed. Lean to the left. And your beautiful daughter hands you a pencil that she made hearts on it. Inhale back up. Exhale. Pressure in your palms, weight to your right foot, lift your left heel, maybe lift your left leg entirely. And come back to center. And lower your arms. But it is it's no lie. This is as authentic as it gets. This is what I do every single day. Every day. When I get out of bed, I start going through these movement patterns. So I've been doing yoga for about 20 years, teaching for most of that. Squat down, reach forward. And I've taught Bikram and vinyasa and everything else. Squat down. Inhale, rise up. And squat down. I'm not trying to force feed you my resume so much as just let you know that I've been doing yoga a lot, and it's not a lifestyle, it's a lifesaver. Lift your heels, flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Get your thumbs right over your shoulders. Press into your big toes and slowly start to rise. Keep your heels lifted. Try to bend your knees again. Let's see if we can go back down to where we were. Because we could have stopped, right? And come back up. And we could have stopped there. Let's do it one more time. Keep your heels up. Keep reaching for the ceiling. Bend your knees and sit. Nice and slow, like you're sliding your butt and your thumbs down a wall, and then rise back up. Come up nice and high, and lower down. Feet are wide to the edge of your mat, hands on the outside of your knees, and try to push your knees in while you try to push your hands apart. Place your elbows inside your knees, and try to push your knees apart and push your elbows together. Release. Sit all the way down. Lower the right knee. Plant the left hand next to the foot. Fingers point at the arch. Lift your heart over your thumbs. Push down. Lift your left heel. And then release. Lift your right knee. Lower your left. And place your right hand next to your foot. Fingers point at the arch. Draw the heart over the thumb. Push down. Imagine that your right foot and hand are on a scale, like a bathroom scale. Push down. So, having practiced a lot and taught quite a lot, I've started to find through my punk rock sensibility, lift the left knee. What works and what doesn't. I do what works for me and what I notice works in my students. Plant your hands, step back. Even if that means up dog is not a good call. So maybe we'll unpack that today. Lower your chest, push up, and press back. Bend your knees. Lift your heels, breathe in. Press your heels down, breathe out. Lower your knees. Pull your hips back, push down into the hands, spring to a plank, chest to the floor, push, and press, knees bend. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Lower the knees, hips back, push into the palms. Spring to a plank, chest to the floor, push, and press. Let's do one more. And let's see if we can see that from the side. A little bend in the knees, guys. Lift your heels up, lower them down. Knees to the floor, hips back, push down into the hands. It almost feels like my hands are trying to drag my mat back to my knees. Spring to plank, chest to the floor, push, and press. Right leg lifts. Step forward.
Chest presses forward, the hips pull low. Exhale, the butt pushes back. Come forward, reach up with the right hand. Exhale, reach down, pivot to the left. Left hand to the side of the head, twist to your left. Exhale, turn back to the top of your mat, all toes pointing forward, reach up. Pull the elbows down, tighten the belly, turn to the right. Reach up, face forward, plant the hands, step back, and touch the chest to the mat. Once, twice, maybe 3 times, maybe 5 if you're really frisky. Left leg lifts, step forward. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push back. Come forward, reach up with the left hand, and turn to the right. Right hand to the side of the head, twist to the right. Reach down, turn back to the front. Reach both hands up. Pull the elbows down, tighten the belly, turn to the left. Reach up, face forward. Plant your hands. Man, it's snowing out there. Step back, chest to the floor. Once, twice. Do it a few times. And press back into crouching cat. Go ahead and lower your knees for a second. Let's take a quick break because I mentioned to you we're going to look at just a few movement patterns today because that's the way I think of yoga today, is that it's supplemental movement, and what we're trying to do is move our body in dynamic ways that challenge us across multiple lines. And that's a lot to unpack, but we've got an hour a day together if you want to join me to work on this. But this last pattern that we're doing right now is called Volution. We're going to slow all this down, break it all down, so that you guys can get a better understanding of how to do this movement. If this was the one single thing you did for 5 minutes a day, every day, I honestly really believe you would start to feel very differently in your body pretty quickly. So it's a lot of rotation, it's a lot of different leg positions, and it's a lot of stability and twisting. So there's so much there that, and it's also relatively safe, and there's ways to do it if it's difficult for you to step forward and for you to bear weight on your hands. So that's the reason why I wanted to stop today, because one of the things that we're going to do, am I talking to the wrong camera again? I am. No, I'm not. I wish I didn't have to control my own cameras. This quarantine needs to end, or my daughter needs to get much better at technology. Anyway, I want to take you through Volution if it's difficult for you to bear weight on your hands. Okay, that's what one of the first things we're going to do today. So everybody step back to the top of your mat, because there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Reach both hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Lift your left leg and step back. Inhale your chest forward. And exhale, push back. And maybe you just want to avoid the push-ups. Lunge forward, reach your right hand up. Exhale, pivot to your left. Left hand to the side of the head, half skull, twist to the left. Exhale, turn back to the top. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, cactus twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach for the floor, or even if that's too difficult, lean forward and step forward, right? And now we're back at the top of the mat. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Right leg lifts. Step back, exhale. Chest forward, breathe in. Push back, breathe out. Come forward, twist to your left. Exhale, turn to your right. Right hand to the side of your head. And as you turn to the right, push into your right foot a little harder than left. Reach down, turn back to the top. Reach both hands up. Pull the elbows down, turn to the left. Reach up. Exhale, lean forward, step to the top. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. We're going to do another set like that. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, come forward, twist right. Exhale, turn left. Hello. Left hand to the side of your head, twist to your left. There's a lot of people that walk by and just look in and say hello. Reach down, turn back to the top. Reach both hands up. Twist to the right. Reach up, face forward. Exhale, step to the top. Inhale, rise up. Last one, guys. Exhale, fold. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale, come forward, twist left. Exhale, turn right. Right hand to the side of your head, twist to the right. Exhale, turn back to the top. Inhale, rise up. Elbows down 45 degrees. Turn to the left. Reach up, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands. And step forward. Maybe don't even plant your hands. Rise up. So there is a way to do that same pattern without doing push-ups, without having to step forward, without having to bear weight on the hands. So maybe that's good news for you. But the pattern itself, like I said, is designed to give us a lot of twisting. We do 3 sets, and we do both sides, and we twist 3 times. So if you just do the simple math on that, we're rotating the shoulders from the hips 18 times in 3 different ways. So it's really great for us to awaken all these muscles through the trunk and awaken the hips, awaken the back and the shoulders. And now we're feeling pretty good, right? When I first walked into the room, it was like really cold in here. And now I'm like, it's hot, man. So now at the top of the mat, we've gone through evolution, we've gone through our flexion pattern, and we've gone through our sort of standing and stability, right? To try to awaken the muscles that keep us from falling over if we keep one foot off of the floor for an extended period of time, right? So now I want to teach you a pattern that's a lunging pattern. It's a nice stretch for the hip and the glute, and it's also a way to kind of spice up your practice. And for a lot of my students who are familiar with some of the algorithm patterns of movement that I do, this one's going to seem very familiar. So at the top of your mat, just slide your left foot back and reach both hands up into a lunge. Every time we have to move and our head has to turn, your mind has to relay that information all the way down to your feet. And then your feet try to play catch up. And that's why a lot of times we're unstable, the feet are moving around and shifting. And the more we can practice moving and requiring stability through our movements, then the more we're going to improve that neural wiring to the muscles. So take a deep breath in with your hands high. As you exhale, lean forward, hands at your heart. Inhale, lift your left knee into the air in front of you. Exhale, step back to your right, and it feels very much like a curtsy. Inhale, lift your knee again. Exhale, cross your ankle to your thigh and squat down. Inhale, lift your knee again, and exhale, step back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean forward, hands at heart. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, step back. Almost every inhale is a lift the knee. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, ankle to thigh, squat down. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, step back. Inhale, reach up. We're going to do one more. Exhale, lean forward, hands at heart. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, step back and curtsy. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, cross the ankle to thigh and squat. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, step back. Reach up and hold the pose, but don't hold your breath. And you probably noticed, what's that? I smell something burning. Hey, that's my butt cheek. It's on fire. Put my butt cheek out. Not yet. Hands at your heart. Lean forward and lift the knee. Step back. You said the last one was the last one. Squat down and hold. Lift the knee. Ankle to thigh. See how those muscles, as they fatigue, they don't function as well, right? Your butt is just about at the point where it's like, screw it, man. right? It is. So plant your hands, step back, lie on your belly. You're welcome. You're welcome. There should be a tip jar right here. Yeah, you get to lie on your belly for a second. Press into your palms. Lift your chin and chest so you can see your thumbs. Push down into your knees without lifting your feet. Lift your left palm and your right leg. Point your right big toe. Push down into right hand, left knee, and lower slowly. Slide your hands under. Grab your mat. Push and press back into crouching cat. Lift your right leg. Step through. Step on through to the other side. Lower your left knee down. Pull your hips back. Grab your block if you had one. Today's the day. You're probably at home going, fucking can't go to work, or you're working from home, in which case they don't know what you're doing. Just go order a yoga block and place it underneath your right butt cheek. And then slowly draw your heart forward, not down, okay? So down is round. Forward is lifted. I'm trying to get my chest to go over the top edge of my mat in front of my right foot, not down to my thigh, okay? You can pull the toes back, or you can place your hands on either side of you. It just depends on where you want to play today. Pulling your toes back is going to give you a nice stretch into the back of your right lower leg. It's a great stretch for the bottom of the foot. Slow down and breathe. And anytime you find something that's like stiff, sore, tight, restricted, it just like your body's saying, fuck no, no. And I'm not really going to concern myself with not safe for work language, because you're probably not at work if you're watching this. And again, that's that punk sensibility I have. That little tiny Johnny Rotten. Fuck you. I'll do yoga my way. Fuck you. Come forward. Press your right knee over your toes. And then press into your left knee and drag it forward as you lift the foot. Reach back. Grab your foot with your right hand. Draw the heel towards the tailbone. Release. Step to the top. Lift halfway up. Hands on the knees. Stick out your butt. A nice flat back here. And then touch the floor and even bend your knees. Now you're trying to go heart forward, hips back. And with a straight back, rise up like you were doing a deadlift. All right. Now, place your heels back underneath your sitting bones. Point the toes straight forward. Feels good to be back on our feet again, right? Just like all of this craziness going on right now. I'm really trying to remember to switch the cameras and talk to the right one. Fuck it, we'll do it live! Ready to do the other side? Okay, reach up. Exhale, fold. Right leg lifts. Step back. Reach up. Crescent lunge. Now, before we start moving, this is a good time to really press into the left heel. Not to lift the front of the left foot like that, but just to make sure that you've got pressure. This is my left heel lifted. I'm going to put it on the floor and hold my mat down as much as I'm holding it down with the forefoot right behind my toes, where my toes become my foot, okay? So think about trying to press down into the front and back of your arch. That's another way to think about that. Now take a deep breath in. Here we go. Exhale, lean forward, hands at heart. Lift the right knee. Step off your mat to your left and curtsy. Try to keep your hips turning forward or facing forward. Inhale, lift your knee. Exhale, ankle to thigh, squat down. Inhale, lift your knee. Exhale, step back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean forward, hands at heart. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, step back. Keep your hips squared to the top. Sit down. Inhale, lift the knee. Ankle to thigh, squat down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, step back and curtsy. Inhale, lift the knee. Ankle to thigh, squat down. That's why we keep doing this, is so you can sort of learn it. It's like choreography, like learning a dance move. Step back. Inhale, reach up. And even if you got one or two of those halfway right, can you smell that? That's your butt on fire. Let's go through it again slow, because that would suck more that way. Lean forward, hands at heart. Lift your knee. Squat down and hold. Now, is it your left calf that's rebelling the most, or is it your glute? Rise up. Ankle to thigh. Squat down. Maybe it's your hip flexor. I don't know. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back. Reach both hands up. Hold it here. Don't hold your breath. Hold that discomfort of this burning butt cheek, because you can bear it. All of this coronavirus, all this shelter in place, can't work. Where's the money? How do I get food in my house? Why the fuck is there no toilet paper on earth? We learn to deal with it. Release. Step back. Lie down on your belly. Slide your hands forward. And there's no shame in getting down onto your belly and just for a moment going, oh, fucking thanks. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you, Shiva, Ganesha. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Whatever's bigger than you, man. Look at your thumbs, press into palms, press into knees. When you push into knees, your groin comes off of the floor. Now the goal is to try to lift opposite hand and leg and keep the groin off the floor. Are you ready? Push into left hand, lift right hand, lift left leg, push into right knee. Keep pushing into palm and knee and keep that groin off the floor. And breathe and release. Because remember, the most wisest words in the world are, this too shall pass. Slide your hands under and push, and you can leave your knees on the floor if you want to. And press back into crouching cat. Lift your left leg up. Step forward. Lower the right knee down. Now just place your hands on your thigh for a knight's pose. And then pull your hips back. And if it's uncomfortable to sit on your foot, grab that block or grab that keyboard and order that block. Can we all just be grown-ups now and realize that, like, we're not a bendy 22-year-old girl with a closet of Lululemon clothes, that we're getting up there And again, this is not a lifestyle, this is a lifesaver. I'm going to continually remind my body that I need it to operate properly. Every time I roll out the mat and get on it, it's a tune-up. I am tuning up my body the way I would keep a car tuned up. And if any metaphor as the aging yoga population increases can relate to, it's when I say that you get one, if you only got one car in your life, like at 18, here's your car, here's a brand new car, you'd probably take good care of it if you knew you could not get another one. That if you wrecked it, if you didn't take care of it, you'd be walking, taking the bus, whatever. What is taking the bus in this metaphor? Is that a segue? Because it seems to me if you can step and walk and step onto a Segway, what's the problem? I have no problem with elderly people or people with breathing problems and they've got a cart in the grocery shop. It sucks that I even have to mention that. The punk part of me only wants to be so woke. All right, step forward. Hands on the knees, flat back. And then squat down. Try to keep your back flat and touch the floor. Now, you're thinking to yourself, when do I stretch my hamstrings? Trust me, we stretch them all the time. There's an overemphasis in modern postural yoga on grabbing your ankles and pulling down and stretching your back. So let's cover that really quick anyway. So if I have to try to lift a 25-pound barbell up to my shoulder and I can't do it because my biceps and my shoulder isn't strong enough, the solution isn't to go stretch my bicep. So when we're constantly stretching our back, a back that actually needs to become stronger, that's the same idea, right? Now let's do some open hip. I'm going to step and turn. How long was I talking to the wrong camera? I need monitors somewhere. Turn your right foot out. Tilt your pelvis. Don't reach down for the floor yet. Don't anticipate me, man. I want your right hand on your thigh, and I want you to feel that right quadricep. Engage it by trying to spread your toes, lift them, push into the heel, and also push into the knee until you feel tone throughout your right leg. That's the P in PRISM, proprioceptive re-education. Reach up with your left hand. We're going to keep right hand on the thigh today. And you can use that as a little bit of leverage to try to push your heart over your right foot. You can even reach over your head with your left arm. But I want you to try to keep a straight line from the spine down through the left heel and from the left shoulder to the left hand. Just create a straight line. And with your right hand on your thigh, you're trying to prevent yourself from hyperextending your knee. So you're holding your right thigh, and you can feel those muscles, whether they're engaged or not. So try to light those muscles up. Remember, your quad muscles are the ones that help you straighten your leg and push into the heel. But we're also trying to keep some tone in the hamstring with the knee unlocked. And rise up. Turn the right foot in, turn the left foot out. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Pretty simple. So place the left hand on the thigh, and you begin to tilt the pelvis. That means I'm trying to take my tailbone, which standing means it's pointing at the floor, and I'm just trying to dial it back to the back edge of the mat, and then even further up. I'm trying to keep this right side body tight rather than sloping and melting down and just letting gravity have my body. It's that resistance that gives us tension, which is an active stretch, and it's strengthening. So hold on to your left thigh, reach your right hand up, and aside from like trying to create the best straight line that you can feel, because you probably don't have a mirror or a monitor in your house, maybe you do, I don't know. Try to create a straight line on the right side of your body, and then just try to light up your left leg. Grab onto that thigh and then try to ignite those muscles that your left hand is holding. This whole process, this whole practice, it's awakening, not just consciousness. Let's get our body woke. Let's get woke in the sense that we feel and we're aware of and we understand our body, and we're trying to push beyond our limitations and understand how this meat vehicle works. Point your toes at the corners of your mat under your chest and stick out your butt and press your heart forward. Now, before we end today, I also want to talk a bit about the half skull position and what will typically happen to the hand and the arm if we're not aware of where we're reaching. You can shift your weight from heel to heel. Remember, try to think about yoga as not this dogmatic set of step the right foot forward, do this, do that, step back, chaturanga, up dog, step the left foot forward, do the same fucking thing. Try to do it the exact same length of time on both sides. If we were to burst into flames or explode if our knee bent in a weird way, it's you about learning what kind of tolerances your body has. I want to teach a workshop, and I'm going to call it 90% of alignment is total bullshit. All right, now we're going to come into a deep triangle, and then we're going to do a half skull hold. So I'll really try to talk you through that. Tilting the pelvis. My right leg is straight, but not hyperextended or locked out at the knee. Now the right hand's going to reach down for the calf or the shin, the floor. Yoga block is always nice. Let's take a look at that. You can tilt it to any angle, right? Left hand reaches up. Because I guarantee you, if you're bored with triangle, this will fix it. Your left thumb slides over your ear. Fingers wrap around the skull. How you doing? I really love having a huge amount of big open windows facing Broadway and people walking by. Slowly bend your left knee and lift your left elbow. Let's take yoga out of these private rooms with nothing but mirrors and walls with lotus flowers painted on them. I'm not knocking anybody's studio or where you practice. I'm just saying, I like the fact that people can walk by and look in here and see people moving their bodies and trying to learn their bodies and take care of their bodies. Go ahead and release it. Bend the right knee. Push your head into your left hand as you rise up. And switch. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left foot out. I don't think I'm trying to shame them, but I'll look at them like, you see this? All right, reach up with your right hand, down with your left. This is your classic triangle. Hand on a block, hand on the shin, hand on the back of the calf. Finding the breath. And maybe this is where you find it, is right up here. Everybody can do yoga unless your name is on a gravestone. You can do something. Most people can. Right hand to the side of the head. We can all move a little bit more. If you're watching this, it's because you turned on something. This means you have some mobility. We can work with that. Bend your right knee, lift your right elbow away from your knee. Left knee is still unlocked. Wherever you are, you can breathe. Release, lunge into the left knee, push the head into the right hand, and rise up. Turn the left toes in. Bind your hands behind your butt. I'm going to go to the side camera so you can see that I'm not going to try to jack my fist up in the air right away and see how much I can roll into my shoulder. What I want to do first is put my shoulder blades on my back and express the chest. So bind your hands behind your butt. And if even that's difficult, remember, hold a towel behind you, okay? If your hands don't connect, that's okay. Now, I'm pushing my knees forward first, and then I'm going to push tailbone against my thumb knuckles, but I don't straighten my legs, okay? Knees go forward, groin can go back. Now I'm going to take my thumbs off my tailbone and try to pull my knuckles straight back and collarbone straight forward. And then bend the knees even more, sit even lower. Now let's take those fists up, and they don't have to go to the ceiling, and they don't have to go over your head, and they don't have to touch the floor. You just lift and you breathe. And you feel, and you thank yourself for having the persistence and the dedication to step back onto this little sheet of accountability that we call a yoga mat. Place your hands on the floor underneath your chest, draw your heart forward. Walk your hands over to your right foot. Let your right foot turn. In fact, let both feet turn. Lower the left knee down. And we're going to toe heel the right foot back in and come into a pigeon. Facing the back of your mat, left leg is straight behind you. Now, we've definitely worked the glutes a lot today. They deserve a little extra love. Onto your elbows, slide your left knee away from your right heel, and you can grab your right foot with your right hand. You can also, it just depends on your range of motion. I've got pretty good range of motion at the hips, and I can hold my right foot in place with my left elbow. You can hold your big toe with your right hand and hold your right elbow with your left hand. I like that sort of position too, but again, that's dogmatic. You can plant your elbows, hands on the head. You can just stack your hands like pancakes. And if you don't like pancakes, just pretend they're waffles or French toast. I don't give a shit. Just rest your head. You want to feel this in your right glute even more? Point your left toes behind you and press down into the top of your foot and lift your left knee. Or just melt. That's okay too, especially after the work we've done. Yoga's not a lifestyle, it's a lifesaver. That's why that little punk rock guru, my little tiny Sid Vicious or Johnny Rotten, or pick your Iggy would be my guy. Every time I walk by the newsstand and I see the cover of Yoga Journal, 5 ways to make your bedroom more zen. I'm like, fuck. Plant your right foot and switch. And if it didn't look like that on your mat, doesn't matter. Work your left foot right. We're doing a pigeon on the other side. So, break on through to the other side. Grab your left big toe with your left quote fingers. And maybe hold your elbow with your right hand. Slide your right knee back and hold your left foot in place. And if your hip or your knee absolutely requires that your foot float back under the groin, that's fine. You're trying to find what range of motion you can reclaim today. Remember, this practice, when we roll out the mat and start using the body, is about creating supplemental movement the way you would take a vitamin if you weren't getting enough nutrients out of the food you were eating. Supplemental movement. Press into the top of the foot, lift the knee if you want to try that one on the other side. Come back onto the hands. And since we've already got left knee forward and our left hip basically could sit pretty easily, let's take advantage of that and roll to the left hip and bring the right leg around. Come into Sukhasana. Now the camera won't pick that up, but that's obviously not my hair. That's a daughter hair right there. Okay, hands on your knees, lean forward. Place your hands on the floor and walk them over to your right. Now just try to take that left hand and just try to slide it just a half an inch or an inch further away from your left knee. And then release. And whichever foot you had in front, switch it out. Hands on the knees, lean forward. Spiders on the floor, walk them to your left. Palms flat. And then use your fingers like that. What was that movie, The Hand? That's an old one. I'm not even sure if my parents will remember that. There was just this dismembered hand horror movie in the 50s. It would just crawl around. So walk that right hand another inch away from your right knee. And release. Plant both feet. Feet are wide to the edge of your mat. If you have your block, place it between your knees. If you don't have a block, grab a pillow off your couch. Place that between your knees. Place your hands on the floor next to your butt. Pick your butt up off the floor. And then slide butt towards heels. That's knees over toes. And then try to grip your mat with your fingertips and press your chest against your shirt, but keep your groin heavy. You can slowly lift chin away from chest and look behind you. Bring your hips back, place them between your thumbs. It doesn't matter what you're holding between your knees, or even if you have anything between your knees, squeeze them together. Lean back. We want to get those legs straight, even if it means it has to come way back and down, because we think when we bend the knees, we're, oh man, I'm working my abs. Not really. And release. Lift your butt, draw your knees over your toes, Pull your hips back, lower your butt, reach forward, lean back, pick up your legs, straighten them as best you can. Come forward, lift your butt, feet are flat, knees push over toes. Come on back one more time. Reach forward, flip your palms, lift your legs and straighten them. And release. One more time. This time, when we draw knees over toes, lift your heels and try to push the top of your feet over your toes. And then sit back down. Right leg is straight, grab your right foot, left hand on your knee, lean to your left knee, lift your right butt cheek off the floor, turn your chest away from your right foot, press through the right heel, pull at the right shoulder, draw the right ear towards the shoulder without trying to draw the shoulder towards the ear. Make your right shoulder something your ear has to chase down. Your right shoulder's playing hard to get. Plant your foot, hold your knee, sit up straight, and turn. Release, left leg straight. Right foot against your left inner thigh. This is a Janu Shirsasana with prism tweaks to it. Right hand on the knee, left hand grabs the foot. Press through the heel. So yeah, I started to talk at the beginning of class at the apprehension, the stress, the anxiety, the challenge, and even the fun and excitement of going live. Every mistake is recorded for all time. Relax the left ear towards the shoulder. Keep turning the chest away from the left foot, pressing through the left heel. But I am wondering if I managed to suppress about 3 burps from my microphone on my chest. Release. Plant your left foot, capture your knee with the hand or the inside of the elbow. Sit up as straight as you can and twist. Think about that 6-year-old that you used to be sitting at the table and your parents were saying, sit up. I am sitting up. Release. My daughter's been very restrained today. I've seen her and heard her poke her head into the studio, but no tiny diamond appearance today. Hold on to your shins and lift your heart away from the floor. And now, I want to invite you to lie back in Shavasana or place a block or a pillow underneath your butt and sit in Sukhasana if you'd prefer to meditate. And I guess this is a good time to also mention that that's the whole point. That's why all this was created, was so that we could sit still and our body would give us the freedom to sit for a long period of time. But wherever you are, whoever you are, I hope you're comfortable and your eyes are closed and you feel a little bit better in your body and in your psyche than if we had not done this practice together. So breathe deep through your nose. In the days and weeks and months to come, we're going to face a lot of things, and we already have, that we never imagined we'd have to deal with or think about. But as human beings, we've done that for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. But we're getting really comfortable, aren't we?
You can order anything on Amazon and have it delivered in most cases the same day, next day. We can go through the drive-through. We can order our groceries online, have them delivered. We don't have to do very much anymore. So it's more important than ever that we insist upon ourselves, that we use our body, we keep it healthy, because we don't get another one. And you can get a liver replacement. You can get a kidney. Modern science is miraculous, but we can't get an entirely new body. We can take responsibility, though, and keep ourselves as healthy and as strong as absolutely possible. So, wherever you are, I hope you got your eyes closed, just taking a couple more breaths, appreciating those breaths, the health that you have today, and use that health and strength to help others. Hope you guys all have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Denver Mountain Time, okay? And if you want to support these classes that we're doing online, then you can go to our Patreon page, Stronger Yoga. And if you wish, you could also just make a one-time quick donation using the Cash App. And our handle on the Cash App is $Stronger Yoga. So have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.